If you're in a marriage that you want to save, but your husband is ready to call it quits, you aren't alone. Hi there, my name is Brad Browning, and today I want to speak to the ladies out there and share with you 5 tips that'll help you prevent your husband from leaving you. As you may already know, I'm a relationship coach and a marriage expert. You may already be familiar with some of my other YouTube videos, or perhaps you've heard about my best-selling Men to Marriage program. If this isn't your first time with me, welcome back, and if it is, thanks for watching. Hopefully you'll enjoy this video. All right, now let's get started. Just before a couple separates, one partner usually reaches the point of being completely fed up. They don't want to talk about things or even try to work it out. For them, it's over. For you, though, your world is falling apart and you don't even know how to begin handling your emotions. And this is the point where trouble begins. As you fight to salvage the pieces of your marriage and convince your husband to stay, you're actually often doing more harm than good. It's human nature to pursue what you need and want, but sometimes when emotions are running high, you really need to do the opposite of what your instincts are telling you in order to get what you need. It's important to realize that it took time for your marriage to break down and that your husband is feeling hopeless and exhausted about the relationship right now. Something has probably pushed him over the edge, and that's why he's decided that your marriage is over. And this is where my 5 tips for divorce prevention come into play. Now, there are no guarantees and you can't completely control your husband's decisions, but I have seen amazing things happen when one person in the marriage begins making the changes I'm about to talk about. But before I jump into these, I'd like to quickly say that if you want to learn more about saving your marriage, please consider heading over to my website and watching the free full-length video presentation there. The URL is marriageguy.com. That's www.marriageguy.com to watch that free video. All right, so without further ado, to best explain, let's describe the worst thing you can do in your situation, and that's to beg your husband to stay. As tempting or even genuine as it may be, crying and pleading for your husband to give your marriage another chance will not change his mind. That's because he's already past the point of believing change is even possible. Instead, your desperation will have no impact on him, but it will make you appear pathetic and needy. Neither of those are appealing traits, and they aren't likely to work in your favor. So if you've already done this, don't worry. We can still make things better as long as you don't continue to act this way. You need to keep things as simple as possible. Don't prod for motives or you'll lose his respect, and pressuring him to reconsider his decision will only make him more determined to end things with you. Instead, let your husband know that you want to work on the marriage and that you're willing to do what you can to make it more satisfying. You may not get him back right away, but it will help him become more trusting and maybe even get him to start talking with you regularly again. The key is that he has to enjoy talking with you and want to be with you, and he has to enjoy being with you before we can consider trying to make your relationship work. You can begin by talking about things that aren't related to the divorce or your marriage and just find small things to agree on. If you have kids, that could be a good topic to start with, but there's many others as well. Just keep in mind that at this stage, you're not trying to get him to reconsider the divorce. You're just trying to have some pleasant, positive contact. The initial connecting can be the most difficult part, but hang in there. Don't do things or act in a way that's going to make the situation worse. I know that sounds simple, but what I mean is actually quite a bit more complicated. Basically, you have to understand the role that you've played in the problems that your marriage is facing. So for example, if you've been complaining a lot, stop. If you've been moody, stop. If you've been lying to your husband or hiding things from him, stop doing that as well. If you want to save your marriage, it's important that you focus only on how you contributed to the decline. Now is not the time to play the blame game. While your partner may be done with trying to work on your marriage, now is your chance to start fixing your flaws that pushed him away to begin with. So your spouse needs hope and he needs evidence that your marriage can and will change for the better. Ask yourself, what has my husband been asking for from me? Start doing some of those things without pointing it out that you're making the effort to change. Overall, a good attitude is essential. Now, if you're confused about a particular aspect of your marriage and you need personalized guidance, then I'm here to help. Just head over to marriageguy.com/coaching and sign up for my personal email coaching service. And on that page, marriageguy.com/coaching, you'll learn more about how you can hire me as your personal marriage coach. Again, the URL is marriageguy.com/coaching. Don't suffocate your spouse with affectionate texts, phone calls, or emails. Instead, try showing that you care by being more considerate. Listen to him and learn to communicate in a healthier way. You could show this by using active listening skills, such as learning to paraphrase what he says. And by doing this, you'll not only be sending the message that you hear what he's saying and you're taking it into consideration, but also that you're interested in his thoughts and his opinions. Take this time also to lean on friends and family members. Their support will give you an outlet to rant, and it'll help you avoid directing any bottled up emotions all towards your husband. Give your husband time to heal. If you've gotten to this point in your marriage, chances are that it's been rocky for some time now. Your husband needs to see that you're determined to change and that the changes will be permanent. Trying to fix things quickly will postpone repairing your marriage. It'll take time to convince him that there's hope for your relationship, But if you do work hard and you're committed to saving your marriage, I promise you it is possible. Patience is definitely a necessary attribute in your current position. All right, that just about does it for this video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you have any more questions or you want to find out more about how to save your marriage, please visit my website at marriageguy.com and watch the free video presentation on there. And finally, if you have anything else you'd like to share with me, you can also do so in the comments section below. I always do my best to answer each of your questions, and I appreciate your feedback. You can also find me on Facebook and Twitter, so please take a moment to like and follow me on there as well. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.